All right, so here's an analogy to help you understand enlightenment and awareness. Okay, I'm making this video for everybody, but it a subscriber inspired me to make this because I made a video and the commenter said we're the movie, and I said we are the witness. So here's an analogy to hopefully help further grasp this understanding. Imagine a prison, okay? And imagine your thoughts as the prisoners escaping, okay? And as they escape, they enter your consciousness, or I don't like those words. They seem too I want to make this very simple. They enter your mind. We'll say that, okay? So whenever you're walking somewhere, these prisoners are here, whether you're aware of them or not, okay? So whenever they break out, then you become aware of them, okay? Like, I'm stupid. I'm no good. I'm unloved. I'm a piece of shit. I'm a bad boyfriend. I'm a bad girlfriend. Whatever the thought, and I'm gonna blow your guys' mind at the end of the video. Okay, this is gonna blow your mind, and then I'm gonna blow it again at the end of the video. Okay, so any negative thought that you have, when they're in the prison, you're unaware of them. They're still inside your mind. They're still there. You're just not aware of them because they haven't broken out of the prison yet. Okay. I'm very proud of myself for coming up with this analogy. I came up with this all myself. And you guys are really going to enjoy this. Okay. When they break out of the prison, you are now aware of them. And what you try to do is you try to like hunt them down. Right? You're like, fuck, I'm a piece of shit. And that's the feeling of you hunting them down. Okay? I know that's not the illustration that you guys might see. You don't see the thought and then go hunt it down and then feel it. But the sensation of you feeling it, that is what's happening behind the scenes that you're unaware of. Is that you are now aware of this thought, and you in your brain, right? If you can imagine your brain is like a bunch of like little people. You know the movie what's the movie with the emotions? Like happy and angry, and they're like little balls. And they're like in the brain controlling things. It's like that. These thoughts, emotions, behaviors, beliefs, whatever, escape. Okay, we'll call them thoughts. We'll start with that just to keep this very simple. Break out, and then you feel it, right? Okay. This is why you're feeling it. And this is how you can stop feeling it if you don't want to feel that way. If you don't want to feel like a piece of shit. If you don't want to feel unloved. If you don't want to feel all these things, okay? And it's not what you think it is. At least it wasn't what I thought it was. Okay? And you're in for a treat. Okay? The reason you're feeling them is because you believe you are them. Okay? You are not them. You are the guard in the watchtower. But every time you are feeling this emotion, you are asleep as the guard in the watchtower with like the light, right? You are asleep. You're like, what? But how would I feel mad then? Wouldn't I be shining the light on it and that's why I'm feeling it? No. Because you're not witnessing the thought. You believe yourself to be the thought. So as soon as the thought of whatever negative thought that you have, or emotion or feeling, whatever, leaves the prison, you assume the identity of this prisoner escaping. Okay? This is what's trippy. You already assume that. You're just not aware of it until they break out of the prison. Okay? So you might still believe that even though you don't hear it. Right? When you're telling yourself, "Oh God, fuck, I'm such an idiot." When you're saying that, it's broken out of the prison. and you still might not be aware of it. So imagine what's happening when it's in the prison. All of that is still going on. You're just not hearing it. That's the subconscious, okay? And then when they break out of the prison, hopefully you are becoming conscious of it. You're like, what the fuck? You know? But most people are not aware of their unawareness, and that's okay, okay? But here's how you can stop, okay? Understand that you are the guard, and you are looking at the people. And as soon as you try to go from, this is where the suffering and pain comes from, is you leave the guard's body, and as soon as the prisoner breaks out, you're in such control of trying to control the prison, right, that you go to the prisoner's body, and you feel all of that. And the sensations, the anger, the sadness, you feel all of that, because that's not what the guard is supposed to do. That's what the guard does in movies and in real life, okay? But in this scenario, the guard is purely a witness. That's it. That's the only function of the guard in this scenario and example, is to be a witness. That's it. Okay? And this takes time, right? An example of this would be, this is how you can start waking up your guard, okay? Is soon it first starts with awareness, okay? So as soon as you hear yourself, right? As soon as you become aware of hearing it, because you might be calling yourself an idiot and you're just not aware of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. You know, that happens after you do things for a long time, okay? I too had that experience. God, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so anxious. I'm so, gosh, what are they thinking of me, right? The first step is in awakening the guard to become the witness to end this misery, is to understand awareness. And just, I start with statements of awareness. Okay, this is my process that I've been doing for 2 weeks, and it's changed my life. It's absolutely changed my life. Like it's mind-blowing. I've literally felt like I was on shrooms today, and because I microdose. I'm in therapy for it. Not anymore, but I get the medicine for it from the doctor. But I haven't taken them in forever. And literally, I was just on the road today, and I was like, I was at a stoplight, and I looked over to see the trees. And I remember one time being on shrooms and just looking at the sky and the trees, and it just looked like it was in HD. Like, it was just like, whoa. And there was like this calmness, like this blissfulness. I literally felt that today, and I have not taken shrooms in forever. Literally forever. So, an amazing experience, okay? Anyways, it starts with statements of awareness. As soon as you need to, if you want to get here, the first step is becoming aware of these patterns, of these loops, of these habits, of believing that you are these thoughts, beliefs, emotions, whatever. You are not any of them. You are not the thoughts you are having. You are not the emotions oh God, Paul, how is that going to change? That's not going to help me change being. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Watch me. Follow me. It will. It literally will. I know it doesn't make sense. You're like, oh no, I just need to overpower them with positive thoughts. And it's like, here's the end of the video where I'm going to blow your mind again. They're both the same thing. They're literally both the same thing. I told one of my best friends this the other day because it blew my mind. I was like, I thought the goal was to be my biggest supporter and not my biggest critic. And then you have some people who are like, oh, I want to be my biggest critic. It's like, shut up. You're so silly. The goal is not to be your biggest critic or supporter. The goal is to be your biggest witness. This is the path in that will get you the result that you want, right? So it's like positivity and negativity. To the degree that you feel the blade of positivity is to the degree that you will feel the blade of negativity. And they are both blades. I want to be very clear, okay? I know it's, oh, but I want to feel good. it's still a form of slavery. I promise you. To the degree that you feel good is to the degree that it will swing back and you will allow yourself to feel bad. And it's amazing how good you will feel when you don't feel good or bad. As weird as that sounds, okay? I haven't figured out how to explain that part yet, but it's it's tranquility. It's absolute tranquility. And my brain won't stop doing it because I've been training it so much. So, anyways, this is the first step, guys. Statements of awareness, okay? I'm going to pull these up for you. Literally rip this from my playbook, okay? So as soon as you're saying like negative self-talk or feeling like shit, or whenever you become aware of it, some people might become aware of it like me. I'll catch it immediately now, right? It won't be running for like 10 minutes and then I go, oh fuck, I'm saying it again. That's okay because I was there too. You know what I'm saying? I would do it for hours, days, weeks, months, years and not catch it. Okay, so it's okay. All right. But the first step to getting there is just becoming aware of it, okay? So as soon as like you're saying something like, oh God, what the fuck? Like, I'm so stupid, right? Anything like that, okay? We're going to start with statements of awareness. And this is the first step that I'm only going to give you because just this step alone will change your life if you do it every single day for a couple of weeks, okay? It's insane, literally, okay? So repeat after me, okay, in these moments. Come back to this video and repeat after me in those moments where you feel like that, okay? I am aware. I am not this reaction. I am not this thought. I am not this feeling. This is an addiction I am no longer choosing. This is a symptom and effect of soothing the pain. I see that this is an old part of me. I'm aware that I'm not that person. I will detach and watch, see it, feel it, and move through it without becoming it. Literally just, that's it. There you go. That's step one, okay? You can just do that. So now the goal is, just like going to the gym, okay, awareness is a muscle that you can build up, and it's insane the progress I've seen in 2 weeks, okay? You don't just go into the gym and start fucking benching 350, okay? You don't do that. You're going to hurt yourself, all right? So my goal to you is this. Just catch yourself one time today. And you don't even have to stop. This is something I'm doing with a client of mine. You don't even have to stop. Like, so what he's trying to stop is I think it's like doom scrolling and then smoking weed, okay? And this is what I told him. And I'm not sure. I think it might have surprised him a little bit. I said, just say the statements of awareness, wait 10 seconds, and then go back to doing it. It's like, what? How am I going to fucking solve it? Because it's not a cold turkey game. You don't just wake up and you're obese. It's a process. You don't just wake up and you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Everybody get down now. Okay? You don't just wake up and look like him. It's a process. Awareness is the same. You don't just wake up and become enlightened. Okay? It's a process. Okay? If everyone looked at like these holy people, excuse me, they might actually, they don't even, the ones I follow do not refer to themselves as that at all. Or enlightened. We'll just say really aware people. Okay? Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. If they just looked at them as bodybuilders, it would be so much more achievable. It would be, people look at them in this light of like, oh my God, oh, holy one. It's like, you don't look at bodybuilders that way, but they did the exact same thing. The bodybuilders just practice the physicality of the body and lifting really heavy shit. The enlightened person just focused on this and did that for a very long time. The roads are the same. They just took different paths, right? They just went different destinations. This one did it with the body. This one did it with, I don't know if you would call it the mind. But it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so people don't look at it that way though, but it's literally that way. It's like building a house. You don't just wake up and boom, the house is fucking built. It's processes. Okay? So repeat that, okay? Wait 10 seconds And then you can go right back to saying whatever you were saying, okay? And then just do this for 10 days. And then increase it one time each day. So day 1, just catch yourself one time. God, I'm such a fucking piece of shit. Oh my God, I fucking hate myself. Wait, I'm aware. I am not this reaction. I am not this thought. I am not this feeling. This is an addiction I am no longer choosing. This is a symptom and effect of soothing the pain. I see that this is an old part of me. I am aware that I'm not that person. I will detach, watch it, see it, and move through it without becoming it. And then count to 10. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, all the way to 10. And then go right back to calling yourself a piece of shit or whatever you were calling yourself. That's okay. Literally, it's okay. Okay? And then tomorrow, try to catch yourself 2 times or catch yourself 1 time. And it's okay if you don't catch yourself at all. And it's okay if you slip for a whole week and you completely forget about it. And then you're like, oh shit, I've been calling myself a piece of shit for the past week. And then you catch yourself again. This is the thing. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 tools because you have step 1. This is step 1 of another pattern. Okay, but it's necessary now that you know step 1 of this pattern. Okay, is when you become aware, you now know what you do. So then if you stop becoming aware and then become aware again, so like for example, it's day 1, you've caught yourself. And then let's say you go 2 days without catching yourself, okay? And the next day, you're like, oh, fuck, I haven't caught myself the past 2 days. I was completely unaware. What the fuck? You're doing it again. So then just be gentle with yourself, okay? And we'll keep it simple. I won't even give you step 2. I'll just give you this. Just go, oh, but I am aware. I am not this reaction. The reaction you're having to being unaware, you're not that reaction. Oh, God, I'm so fucking stupid. I slipped. I'm so dumb. How could I miss the past 2 days? I was aware and then I wasn't. Now I am. What the fuck? I'm so stupid. I am aware. I am not this reaction. I am not this thought. I am not this feeling. This is an addiction I am no longer choosing. This is a symptom and effect of soothing the pain. I see that this is an old part of me. I'm aware that I'm not that person. I will detach and watch it. See it, feel it, and move through it without becoming it. I am a witness. Okay? And then wait 10 seconds before you start belittling, berating yourself. And then you can go right back to it. Go right back to belittling, berating, right? Okay? And then you'll notice your brain will start building this new pathway, quite literally. So here's an example. This is quite a long video, but this is really good. Here's an example. Is when I first started this, okay, 2-3 weeks ago. I mean, I was so unaware. I was aware now how unaware I was, but then I slipped right back into unawareness, and it almost started to be like I'd be aware. Like for example, let's say if I'm like jacking off, or I'm like really fiending over this girl that used to be a sex addict, and I'd like hit her up, and I'm like, I know what I'm doing. 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 Right? And I would just be like, but then I would keep doing it. And it's weird because I kind of still enjoyed it, but now there was this certain level of presentness. There was a certain level of awareness where I was like, oh, I'm still doing it, right? Like for example, like jacking off. I'd still fucking jack off, like all the way and come, right? And be like, oh, I was aware like the whole time. And then now I'm like really aware, and now I feel like shit, you know? And that's like day 1, day 2, and it could be week 1, honestly. And then it just started to like stack. Like where I'd catch one moment on day 1, and then I'd catch one moment on day 2, and day 3 and day 4, and then day 5 I started catching 3 moments. Where I was like, oh, I'm aware. I'm not this. And then like week 2, right? Day 1 of week 2, now I'm catching 6 moments. And then the end of week 2, I'm catching 12 moments. And literally today, I mean, I was so aware, it almost felt like a workout, but it felt good. I don't want to say workout because I don't want people to be like, to associate that with, oh, it's going to feel like effort. No, it's not how it felt like. It felt like a real life video game. You know the feelings you get from playing the video games of like achievement? but then like the sweat of like a workout, and you're like, oh, it feels good. It was like both of those together, and it was just like, oh yeah, like this feels good, and almost like I got a hit of dopamine or something, like a new addiction. But it felt good to me. It felt really good, and it started tripping me out because I started to realize that I am nothing. And not nothing in the sense like I'm belittling myself. Nothing as in the sense that I am nothing that I see, feel, touch, taste, hear. Like I'm not any of that. I am the witness of that. Like I'm not even my body. You know what I'm saying? I used to have problems with my body. And I'm like, I'm not this physical sensation that I'm feeling right now of nervousness. I'm not the thoughts, that I'm having about being nervous. I'm not the emotions. I'm not even my beliefs. And then it started shedding the onion, and it was like all that was left was that like I am the witness. That's all that I am. And now what's trippy is I do this when positive things come up too. I'll feel like really good about myself, and I'll be like, oh, I'm not that. I'm not this feeling of feeling good and feeling like successful and like seeing people look at me when I made a sale and they all like rooted me on, and I got that like hit of like, yeah, I'm the fucking man. I was like, oh, I'm not even that. Like that's not even me. I'm not that feeling. I'm not that. The same things for negative I now do for positive, because the negative talk is really starting to like go away, and now there's like positive talk coming in, and I'm like, oh, I'm not that either. And it's funny because that's what you want when you start this journey. That's all you fucking want. That's all you want. You know what I'm saying? I was such a slave to it though. So it's like I wanted it because I felt like shit for so long. So I just wanted to feel good. And then it was so trippy because the same program and tool that I've been using for the negativity, I just started using for the positivity as well. Not even on purpose. Like I've just been using it so much that I'm doing it for everything. And I'm like, whoa. And then like I'll have a negative thing come up, and I'll try to go through the statements of awareness. Before I can finish it, I'm like, I don't even remember what fucking negative feeling I felt. Like, I'm like, wait, why am I saying this? What's the feeling that and I'm like, I don't even remember. It's insane. It's a phenomenal experience to just not be swayed by either crowd. You know what I'm saying? So that's that was the second mind blow, was the positivity. And I know you might not want to hear that, but it's it's freedom. It's not, it's, what is it? It's like a blank experience. It's like, but not boring, like a blank canvas, but it's not, it's like, it's now a blank canvas, and instead of trying to like control every single stroke of the brush, you're just letting the artist paint. And it's an amazing experience to not cast judgment, good or bad. They're both forms of judgment, and to just let the artist paint and experience it and witness it. I'll have to make a video in like however long it takes me to get to a point to where I can articulate that, because at this time I'm still wrapping my head around it, because I just experienced it for the first time today, and it was so trippy. It was so trippy. I literally felt like I was on shrooms. It was crazy. Microdose, not like tripping balls. But yeah, so here's the video for the one person that commented on my other video. Hopefully that helps you understand. Peace.